What? What? Ah, smoke! Ah, fire! There's a fire! Look! Someone's trying to get away! After them! It's no use! Cough, cough. Can't see anything for all this smoke. What's going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruto. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Alright, it's time to hear from Mr. McGilded about what he actually saw. Hey guys, it's Light here and welcome back to my channel. It's time to continue with the with case 3 of Greatest Attorney Chronicles. Last time we exposed Mr. Fairplay's lies and we figured out that there is a space between the skylight that the witnesses could not have seen, and we're saying that Mr. McGilded was there, and we're trying to see if he really did see a third person or not. So let's continue. Alright. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once. Alright. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. Hopefully, unless he lies. The proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of the day? Oh boy. To be sure I have, my lord. There are now 2 matters in which the court desires to hear from. The first, whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? Yeah, no. It's not my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you all, or keep me mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGilded? The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger. It's true. Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. You. What? Oh no. Uh-oh. No, not Miss McGilded. That can't convenient excuse can't save you now. I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken to the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and not in any way involved, you see. What? The police had known the wee one was there. They'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. Interesting. And who was this young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
Objection!
We have absolutely no reason to believe this myth. The prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. What? What? Ah, smoke! Ah, fire! There's a fire! Look! Someone's trying to get away! After them! It's no use! Cough, cough. Can't see anything for all this smoke. What's going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruto. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Gosh, my eyes. We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. Amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew that was... All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. Oh no. To be continued. Interesting. Alright. Well then, obviously they must be guilty of something if they set off smoke. Right. 12:52 p.m. in the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Okay. What on earth just happened in there? Senora Hato, I managed to find out what happened. Mrs. Hato, I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. A smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? Culprit, obviously. The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a young girl around 15, I hear. A young girl? And could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGilded was talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? What was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh, according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, we took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right. That is strange. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, wherever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Mrs. Sato. Yes. It's my line. Stop stealing my line. Alright. So who could this young girl be? Oh, interesting. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks. My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which failed proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious, the army? What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught, and now occupies the stand. Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? Can't stay silent forever. What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? If I may, my lord. Yes, Mr. McGilded? I think perhaps I ought to explain here. why it is that the wee lass was here in the first place and why she tried to bolt like that. It's all tied with the events of that night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGolded, give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night? The eyes, not the eyes again. Not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Right, young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, pegara, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up and the pair started. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I set him up in the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball and hiding her real self away. I remained somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding an omnibus, is that correct? It is exactly as the defense counsel said. This last was the 5th passenger, my lord. I don't know what to believe yet. I need more. Give me more information. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. Oh no. Well, I guess that's our key to press. And when you first got into the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty and there was no one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, as it were, I see. Aye, and that's why I took the back side as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, this is how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Okay.
Hold it!
A loud thud, you say? And a scream? Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? It was like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed? Well, now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me, and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fellow on the floor. I didn't see anyone. But at the same moment, you did hear a scream? Ah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume? Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about that scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes.
Hold it!
You set him up? The victim, you mean? That I did. On the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? Just common courtesy, so it is. Find that a little hard to believe. Ah, Lord Van Zeeks. Now why would that be? You to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. And now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. the business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble. Are you suggesting you were just going to leave the man there? Heavens alive, no. I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only, I had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. Whys and wherefores? Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That was that wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self just do the same? Yes, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing.
Hold it!
I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir, so I did, as far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Now, 'tis a queer thing, the wee scream I heard as I woke up. Came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside. Good gracious! Under your backside? And when I lifted the seat on which I had been sitting, I found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage. Signorado, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? Yes, of course, the whole bus was submitted as evidence. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. That's when I found her. Okay. I guess that's a key for us to... Pick that in. We did look at this before, but I wonder if something different will happen if we look now. Let's do it. Let's see, it has a handle, it seems. This is the storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Okay. Yeah, I think that's everything. Let's back out.
Hold it!
You say she was hiding herself? Aye, that's right. It was hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, well, my heart nearly stopped from beating in my chest. You're really overacting this. Still, all in all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her in the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her. The seat opposite? That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see? And now, while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, a fellow's voice this time. Presumably, that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and a gentleman with a knife in his belly. In other words, the previous witnesses did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McGilded. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl and the late Mr. Mason. Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. Okay. It is certainly plausible that the defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature, and really confused, perhaps, with this young girl. After that, of course, with the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events as explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, and it's her custom among large crowds, and leaving people with their purses. That's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here? A petty thief? Order, order. Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. Oh. How dare you? What is the meaning of this? She gone. She left. Ah, the girl. She's gone. Open your eyes. Oh, I'm over here. But gracious, how... What was the point in that little sidestep? I know what you lot are thinking. Gone up to all the same. This dirty little dipper, you say? Slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself back into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on. That's what's in your ids, isn't it? Ain't it? Oops. No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cast... Not again. Are you kidding? Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is fingers. These fingers. I'm a professional, right? Maybe not in your eyes, but I get pride in what I do. Let me guess. You don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs? Oh, this? Yeah, this is in a bag I lifted the other day. Down where they keep the four-wheeled tracks. It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best. Ah, do not wait to think in my direction again. Oh, okay, he's drinking some more. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question? It's alright, lass. You can tell them the truth now. Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. Alright. I have to. Yes, you do, because we need the truth. Okay. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. But it was right old waste of time. Got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I tell you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place, all pitch in there. And after a while, I heard this loud bang, nearly jumped out my skin I did, and the scream just came out. It's because of that this swell found me. He did help me get away, in mind. Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let the street urchin go, Mr. McGolded. Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. See, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger, I knew that for a fact. Oh. As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting at top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. This is where I was sat at that night. And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this suit, I presume? Okay. Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. Aye, but of course the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I'd parked myself in the seat for the duration. Ah! So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action would have resulted in your own innocence being called into question. Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord, this fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Oh. Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict not guilty. Okay, but like, there's gotta be a way that, what was it, Van Zeeks can turn this around too, the way we did or something? Naruto, this, well, it must mean what? That we're victorious. I don't think so. We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
Yeah, see? No way. Okay, dude, put your foot down. This is the court of law. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy and then put it away. So stupid. This really is a composite example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices, where evidence and reasoning should be paramount. Emotion rules the day. Emotion? The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. Oh? The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good lord! The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilder's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. What? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I thought so, because when I examined it before, I noticed there was stuff in there. Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been effected, counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the He always has to talk with such big words, constabulary, in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Uh-oh. Well, my Nipponese friend? Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the undersea compartment to be? Lovely eyes. Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks. We can't say that because it's true. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? It wasn't empty. I remember. It wasn't empty. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense, but as far as I remember at least. When I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there was a number of articles inside it, yes. Are you sure, counsel? Ara, you is. What are you saying now, you daft doll? I thought you were on my side here. What game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? Because I'm stupid, no. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible. Interesting. He ran another marathon in the 5 seconds we've been having this conversation. This not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilded. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interests here, lad. And then, fella's memory is a curious thing and not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That the cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been mistaken? No. Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The Guild's rules state that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. So it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible? That money-lending fleecer and the pick purse are lying. How fickle people are. Banzix is right in terms of like emotion clouding their judgment. Ah. I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them. What? Oh no. It's a trick. Of course it's a trick. No. Quite so. I must concur here. Oh no. Please stop launching fireballs, I beg you. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Okay, but like your calculated reasoning is sending you back and forth. See, yeah, yes, but every time a different truth, it seems. Gotta pick one. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, the verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord. It just happened. The full balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. I don't know what to believe. Interesting. Is he truly innocent? I wonder. He could be guilty. I mean, like, we don't know. He could honestly just be guilty. Alright, guys. I think we're gonna have to do the cross-examination next time. That's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.